Well, a very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Deck Sim live stream. Today it's 6 minutes past 9 in the morning in the United Kingdom. We're back in Microsoft Flight Simulator in the excellent PMDG 737. Today we are currently in Taiwan and we'll be flying to the first ever time to Kai Tak, the old Kai Tak airport in Hong Kong, an airport which no longer exists. It closed, I think, nearly 24 years ago in 1998, and it's an airport I've always wanted to stream into. There is scenery for it in X-Plane 11. I have tried to install it on numerous occasions, never got around to doing it because it was very frustrating. However, there was a freeware one available for quite some time, which I only discovered a few days ago, of Kai Tak, and it's by someone called Ali 501, and it is an absolutely awesome replication of the airport. They've got nav aids that were there originally, all the original nav databases loaded, can be loaded to the FMC, and we're going to fly the infamous checkerboard approach onto the Runway 13, the IGS approach. So it'll be really good fun. Reason I'm streaming this early is because I'm still very busy at work. I'm in fact working this evening, so I thought I'd get up nice and early, give a chance for some people over the other side of the world to watch live, perhaps around Hong Kong or in China, or in Asia, or certainly in Australia and New Zealand, where I have a lot of viewers indeed. So it'd be quite nice to fly to a live time, live weather. The way I've timed it, it should be sunset. It should be a beautiful approach, approaching Hong Kong this morning in the UK, this evening, I should say, in China. Hello everyone, anyway, we've got some new people in chat. Hello, It's Time says hi, good morning. Spicy Buffalo Gamer, hope you're doing well. Alex Vanderpass, good morning all. What is this ridiculous time to stream? I know, it's very early. Also, got a little companion today. I'll move Yoke Cam around. There we go. Look who is under my desk asleep already. I only fed him just before the stream. Oh, hello, mate. He's probably thinking, what on earth is this unusual device pointing straight towards me? There is Jack Cam. Now, let me get Yoke Cam set up again so you can't see my ugly mug. There we go. So Jack's here, watching the stream as usual. He's my number one fan. Got him for a few days, which is pretty cool. Anyway, let's zoom on in towards the aircraft. Do bear with me. This is a default airport, the default representation of Taiwan. I think it's called Taiyuan International Airport. Their main international airport serving, I think it's Taipei. So yeah, it's going to be a flight time of about an hour and 10 minutes or so. And this is the first ever time we've had an Alpaca Airways liveried aircraft for the PMDG 737. This is from one of my members. If you'd like to gain access to all of the liveries, the Alpaca Airways liveries, use the command !livery in chat. That will link you to the website from website for GFace, and you can download this livery from one of my members called Bounce. Anyway, let's zoom on in towards the aircraft. The aircraft is completely cold and dark. All I did at the start of the stream was connect the air bridge, so we'll jump on in here. Being a default airport, you know, it's very little in the form of markings. I think actually, if I just go outside, there's no stand markings or anything like that. But the basic layout is correct. I mean, I do have to admit, I do quite like the default airports in X-Plane 12, but they're not bad in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Anyway, let's zoom on into the cockpit like that, and we'll get the show on the road. Yeah, hopefully I've timed this all right. I was a little late starting the stream. I didn't oversleep. I had a few little loose ends to tie before the start here. As I said, it's quite early in the morning here and I'm on late later. Right, so let's get the show on the road. I think I've still got Microsoft Flight Simulator turned right down, so let me just turn the sim up and let's go. So battery on, GPU is on the bus, electric hydraulic pumps are on, landing gear lever is down. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 growing lights. We'll then check the ship's library. Now, having flown the Zebo mod and the X-Plane 12 the last couple of streams, it is actually really nice to jump into here. The lighting is superb in this sim. The quality of the cockpit in the PMDG is far superior as well. You'll see the graphics here. They've not updated it since we've last flown it. Flying the approach today, you'll see there's some altitude maintaining issues. VNAV's a bit quirky, but overall it's pretty good. You know, I'm growing to like the PMDG more and more day by day. So that's that done. Onto the overhead panel. Emergency exit lights will arm. Let me grab a copy of the operational flight plan for you to see, which is here. Hopefully the command still works. There we go. So straight from Sim Brief, we're Alpaca 1998 today. Anyone like to hazard a guess as to why that's the call sign? It's lovely weather actually. Well, actually, there's a little bit of wind shear. Quite strong winds here in Taipei, but in Hong Kong it's a lovely evening. So we'll take a little bit extra because I am online. There could be some delays going into there. I mean, obviously you need the scenery installed, but it's so easy to install this scenery. You just add it in the community folder that you can just fly it straight away. So let's take 30 minutes extra fuel. This is based off a payload of 180 passengers as well, with a 0 fuel weight of 57.8. So let's go 6676. Let's go 77 on the fuel. That'll be about 30 minutes or so. So 77. Let's go into the FMC. I'm going to do the quick fuel load today. So 77. There we go. That's loaded in. And payload, we'll have 180 passengers. We'll imagine they've got all carry-on bags, no checked-in bags. 0 fuel weight, match the flight plan 57.8. Omri, thanks for the 5 months as a member. Hi boss, my wife just asked me how work is going today. Little does she know I'm watching a streamers instead. So going pretty well. Omri, don't tell your wife that. I'm going to get a lot of people in trouble. I think a lot of people said in chat yesterday when I published the stream, uh-oh, I'm going to have to watch this at work. So don't any of you get on trouble in my behalf. Naughty, naughty. It's Dr. Orphanage, unbelievable. Flighter, have you tried GSX yet? I have heard of GSX, all the ground traffic and whatnot. I haven't. I heard there was some mixed issues on release. I don't know if they've improved a lot of the things. It's something I might consider because it could increase immersion during the stream and seeing the passengers board. Maybe I'll ask the developers really, really nicely, see if they'll send me a copy. But if I'm very, very polite, I can give away a copy perhaps to you guys. Right, so fuel and payload is done. Overhead panel, seatbelt sign can now come on. Test the attend button. We'll check the flaps are up, which matches the indicator position, which it does. Hold on, I knew I'd forgotten something. There we are. Let's do the fault and fire tests. Good news, everyone! A hip hip hooray in chat. I passed my check ride a couple of days ago. I never like to announce it publicly, but I passed my OPC, the 6-month sim check, all with good grades. So very happy. All good to fly for another 6 months before I next get checked. We'll set the parking brake as well. Chocks are still in. We've done the cargo and fire test. Let's do the cargo fire test now. Discharge, forward aft, green lights, no detector faults, and the fire warning light has illuminated. Working our way down here. Radio panel is on and tuned. Nav aids are set to the nav departure. No SIDS. No VOR to use. Check the gear extension doors closed. I love the grubbiness in there. That is very authentic. Not that you don't have to open that in the pre-flight check. You just have to make sure it's closed, but if you were to look inside, that is how dirty it would be. Mach airspeed warning test is checked. Flight recorders checked. Stall warning test. Okay, there we are. Number 2. 1 and 2 good. IRS to nav. We don't want attitude. And the circuit breakers are all in that side, and we'll imagine we've started the boarding process. Thanks for subscribing there, Charles Lyman, welcome aboard. Hayden, guess you don't know what scenarios they'll throw at you. So the check element is pretty routine because for regulatory requirements you have to do certain things. We have to do a V1 cut, so an engine failure at V1, a non-precision approach, which at my operator we fly a circling approach, and we have to do some Cat 3 low visibility operations, a low visibility takeoff, low visibility landing, with failures thrown in. So we had issues associated with the air conditioning system, which involved very high temperatures in the cabin, which had to be dealt with, and yeah, it's pretty straightforward. And we get these sort of guides which come out. They release to everyone. They're called Sim Study Guides. That's about 80-90 page PDF, and it talks about sort of the areas that you need to concentrate on. So review air systems, you review the QRH non-normal checklist for air systems, for example. But yeah, when you get in there, you don't know when it's coming, what's going to happen exactly. But that's how it works as well. Very exciting. Oh dear, 1998 was when Kai Tak closed. Hong Kong, I was returned in 1997. Ah, okay. I think, yes, 1998 was when the airport closed, but yeah, when Hong Kong left the Union, it was 97, wasn't it, I think. Right, so let's see if there's any ATC. I doubt it at this time of day. Well, actually, it's a good time, but there's absolutely no ATC, and as I said, we are on VATSIM at the moment. Hold on here, just turning off. Just got Discord running in the background. I like to shut down as many apps in the background as possible. They use hectopascals here, and I've got live weather, so I'll quote the live weather because there's no ATC. It's from, just refreshing on my phone here, guys, 16 minutes ago. It's quite windy. 040 at 20, 10k, few at 2000, 29 degrees, QNH 1010. Wind shear has been reported on all runways, and oh no, they are using excuse me, they are using inches of mercury. And that is 2984, so 2984. Not quite matching what I've got in the sim, but I have got live weather on 2981 here. Perfect. We'll select traffic here on mine and Jim's, and we'll set an MFRA of 1070 feet. We'll accelerate here at the event of an engine failure. I've got these awesome charts for Kai Tak as well, as I mentioned. All can be linked via the scenery. If you use the command for !scenery, oh no, I don't think I updated that, did I? Hold on, let me just check Nightbot, guys. I've got a funny feeling I might not have updated the scenery link, because this is an awesome awesome scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator, one of the best freeware ones I've seen. I've got a funny feeling I didn't update the link. Oh no, I did, so if you use the command !scenery, you'll be able to find the link, download this there. Spurious Podge, is it all sim-based, the check ride, or do you fly real and tell them what you would do if an engine failed now? So no, the check is all done in a simulator. Additionally, there has to be annually something called a line check, and what a line check is, it's yourself, a first officer, and a line training captain on the jump seat, and you do 2 sectors, and he's just watching you, won't say anything, making sure you can operate the aircraft as per the current SOPs and updated procedures, making sure you're not doing anything silly. So that happens once a year as well. It can happen often more than once a year, because not only do you yourself need line checks, your colleague might need a line check as well, so you could literally have your line check, then the first officer you're flying with might need his line check, so you can sometimes have 2 a month if you're unlucky. But they're very straightforward days. You're only going to fail them if you've done something dangerous or something silly. Touch wood, in my career I've not yet failed any checks, so let's hopefully keep it that way. But it's all about preparation, making sure you're ready, and you'll be absolutely fine. Eddie, thanks to the 13 months high captain, having to double deal work and the stream over 2 monitors, but it seems one of them is taking my concentration and it's not work. Oh no, another one is falling foul of my stream and not doing work. There should be a lot of people perhaps doing work here, but everyone is watching here. Well, thank you very much, Eddie Mammo, for your continued support, and I hope you don't get found out. Right, so live weather's in. Let's load up the flight management computer. Here's the operational flight plan again. So we're going to go to init ref. So FMC, got the latest air rack installed. We are in Taiwan, Taipei, so Romeo Charlie, Tango Papa. We'll go for GPS left coordinates. And this add-on adds the entire database for Kai Tak. So even SimBrief recognises the airport still and has all the database, which is there because it's such a popular airport and a lot of VATSIM events fly into Kai Tak. So Victor Hotel Kilo, and you can see, look, oh no, sorry, Victor Hotel X-ray, puts it in, it accepts it, and it has all the original stars, which is really cool. Alpaca 1998 is the call sign. We're departing off runway 05 left today from Taiwan, and we're going to be flying, what SID was it? The Charlie 1 Charlie. There we are, Charlie 1 Charlie. Tango 3 to Mike Kilo Golf. Alpha 1 to Magog. And this is the original arrival flown. Here, and have a look at these. Now, these are NavBlue charts, okay? These charts are the charts my operator uses. They're so much better than Jeppesen. They're just so much clearer, and I'm so happy that my operator changed these charts. God, it was a long time ago now, about 7-8 years ago. But they're so much clearer. So you can see here, we'll do a full briefing using these charts here. Again, the link to this is in the scenery command, and you can then find the link to the charts there as well. So if we go have a look here briefly at the star charts, so this is the original Kiteac charts, star 1-3, I think we need to rotate this slightly. How do I rotate the page? There we go. But rotate pages requires a trial? Get out of here, what is going on? What, so I have to pay for Adobe Premiere Elements to rotate the chart? Oh, that is ridiculous. Come on. I think if I open it in Chrome, it does allow me to rotate it. Oh, that is ridiculous. Right, well, if you could all move your screens and monitors, right-click rotate. Yes, and it's coming up with a pop-up which you can't see, saying rotate pages. What's the shortcut? Rotate pages, you need to pay for premium. Unbelievable. Right, anyway, you can see we're going to do this one here via Elato, and then Madog. Thankfully, the approach chart is the correct orientation. Even a real PDF reader. Oh, this is outrageous. Opening in a browser should do the trick. Yes, you're right, and I have been doing that. Let me do that. Let me open the browser web here. This is unacceptable behaviour. Kiteac charts. Well, what I'll do, I'll get airborne. Well, actually, no, I found them already. Oh no, they're the wrong orientation. Right, we'll look at it later. Take my word for it that we're using the right ones for now. So it's a Madog arrival. This will be the IGS approach, which is basically like an offset ILS via Magog 1-3. And it will be an Elato transition, and that's off the operational flight plan. So we'll activate that. We're going to just adjust the routing here slightly. So we're going to go from Magog, we'll find the second Magog, which is here, then go from Magog to Alpha. There we go, happy now. So let's have a look here at the operational flight plan. Zero fuel weight should match this, so 57.8. 57.8. Reserves are actually the new Hong Kong airport, 2.7. Tons required. It's very close, but you have to fly quite far away from the airport to divert there. I don't know if it depicts the alternate routing, but you can see here, look, we're going along the coast of Taiwan, then the coast of China, but our alternate's very close there. There's embedded CBs. Look at the heights of that, 53,000 feet. Don't see anything like that in Europe. Cost index we're using is 30, so 30, cruising at 36,000 feet. Execute. Go up here, update that to 36,000 feet. I think Kiteac is close enough to sea level, so we'll leave that set to 0. Cruise wind, top of climb wind is 066 at 25. There we go. Top of climb, outside air temperature. Yes, because PMDG are using an FMC from the early 18th century, you have to put the actual temperature, whereas all the FMCs I've ever seen, well, we've had 737s from the oldest and the newest at my operator. You put the deviation, but we'll find out what the temperature is. 20, so it is minus 44. So minus 44. There we are. Transition altitude is, made a note of this, 11,000 feet outside of Taiwan. So that's in there. Going to go full 22k for departure, 94.2, 26 degrees outside. Take off flat 5. CG is in. And that's 6.18 units, which we'll set now. Again, as you well know, this trim is too slow. The flaps extended is twice as fast, but we would have 6.18 units of trim set by now. I need to pay the elevator music. There we go, trim's in. V-speeds are 40, 40, 46, which is in the FMC. And we can set up the MCP as well. 6. Let's have a little scan of the overhead panel. Yaw dampers on. Nav transfer display switches normal auto. Fuel. 4 pumps on. Check the cross feed valve. Bright. Dim. And then bright and off. Cab utility IFE. Galley power's on. IDG is closed. We'll get the APU started now. Window heat we can turn on. Engine anti-ice, propane on. We've got this moment here. Doors are closed. Trim air's on. Voice recorder's on. Packs auto. Isolation valve open. This is all set. MCP, we'll just set that to... There's no ATC here, so we'll set 360 for the cruise. Runway heading in courses are set for the runway QDM. Flight directors are on. Order brake to RTO. Reset the fuel flow. Go for legs here. Trim set, and radio tuning panel is set as well. Squawking 2000, we'll leave that on standby for now. Perfect. So, try Phantom PDF reader, Hong Kong approaches online. Oh, cool. Let's hope they can accommodate Kai Tak today. So, yeah, because they don't have old Kai Tak here in SimBrief, I can't load up the operational flight plan. So if you go here, look, from SimBrief, fetch it, it doesn't recognise Kai Tak, so I can't load up my routing, which is a real shame. But I'll bring up the charts for Taipei, and I can't pin them either, because it only lets you pin it if it's the flight plan, so I have to sort of open them individually. So parking bays, we're on Delta 9 here on the corner. We'll push back to face southwest on Delta. I'm going to taxi just here to hold point 05 left. We can use one of the November intersections if required. And the SID is a Charlie 1 Charlie, so off 05 left. It's climb straight ahead to Tango Papa 050, Novas Decoy Suma Charlie. So we've got Tango Papa 050, Novas Decoy Summer and Charlie. Initial climb, there's no mention of a stop altitude here, it'll probably be assigned by ATC. But we're going to climb here. Make sure we maintain max 210 knots until established on track to Novas. So that initial turn is 210 knots. Then when we get inbound to Novas, we can accelerate to 250 knots below 100. And then we're going to turn back left towards Charlie. So that is the SID. Everything is briefed. Let's order the pushback. Get on out of here. So, pushback, pre-plan. It's loading. This is the ambitious pilot's pushback planner, just very similar to better pushback in X-Plane, but works very well. So something like that, then enter. And request pushback.
Cockpit to ground.
This is ground. Stand by.
So APU's on the bus. And we'll go into the FMS here. FS actions. Ground services will release the chocks, which has the impact of closing everything. So that's all good here. Air bridge is detached. Chocks removed. Just rotated my phone still 90 degrees anti-clockwise. Very good. Well, I have. I know it works in the browser because I was looking at it yesterday. I'm just grabbing
okay,
the chocks
sir.
now.
The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed, and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set.
Go.
Lifting the aircraft.
We are cleared for start and push.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
So just before I do that, because I know it goes on and on, I've just grabbed the charts there. So if I need to assign Chrome now to the view.
Please release parking brake.
Yes, I will. I just want to show the ladies and gentlemen the charts. It won't actually let me select it. Chrome. There we go. So you can now see the charts. This is then the PDF viewer, and I can rotate it. So on the internet version, you can rotate it, but not the web browser version. Right, cleared push and start. I'm on it, sir. Backs off. AP bleeds on. Anti-collision lights on. Parking brake released. And
Parking brakes
transponder
are released.
out of.
Pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
Thank you.
It will start in the sequence.
There we are. So we've got a China Airlines Dynasty. We've got a Sky Team 74 over here. We're online at the moment. I better actually tune up old Unicom. Oh, just got my radio tuning panel out as well because it's sort of half I have to basically extend it out of my desk because the yoke sticks quite far out. It makes it quite difficult to reach the radio tuning panel. I just tune up Unicom. There we are. Unicom is active. Turn up the volume. Perfect. Taipei traffic outpack 1998 is pushing back for a stand Delta 9. I don't think I have to Unicom my intentions pushing back, but we're on our way. Trim is supposed to be fixed with the next update I heard. That's good news. I don't appear to be online on VATSIM. I am 100% logged on VATSIM. Right, now start engine number 2. Oh yeah, I've actually got service-based failures on, but we have plenty of oil quantity. I think it's based per livery because I haven't serviced the aircraft ever. Anyway, we've got N2, N1, oil pressure, 25%, fuel coming on. Nice sounds, nice sounds. PMDG made the aircraft street-proof at least, no taxi with the doors open. That is correct, Callum. Hi Mario, good morning from Cyprus. Good morning to you, sir. Sounds excellent. Starter.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Can't make his mind up. Parking brake set.
Parking brake set.
Starting engine number 1.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
2463. Oh right, it's a follow me car. I think that's just
Ground. You may disconnect.
Okay, sir. Clear.
I didn't do this. It's a
Pin has
random
been
car.
removed. See you
Yeah,
at
he's
the
turning
side.
off.
Have a good flight.
N2.
Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
Oil pressure. N1. Fuel coming in. Out of curiosity, when was the last time you flew on board a 737 as a passenger? God, Omri. Years. I haven't been on holiday or anything in the last 2.5, 3 years. And then it wasn't on a 737. As a passenger, probably 4 years? 3 years? Definitely before COVID. Fighter, the guy who does the sounds is really nice, very responsive to the forums, still has big plans for the sounds. Is that the pushback sounds? Yeah, they're really good. It's an excellent utility. Start connects, 1. One stable. Is it still not working with the Phoenix A320? Because I heard it causes FPS issues in the Phoenix.
Taipei traffic on airline.
Generators on, APUs off,
Pushing
start
back about
switches,
100 feet Alpha 5.
probes,
and facing south.
anti-ice
Taipei.
off, backs auto, ice station about AP bleed is off and set. Flaps. 2, 5. Flight controls, full forward, full back, left and right, and here comes the rudders, full left and full right. Recall, we can blank the lower DU and we can then read the before taxi checklist, and we've got flaps, 5 green light, snap trim set, and yeah, it'd be great to get that checklist utility that I use for the Zebo mod working. Anyway, all looking good. Again, there's no ATC at the moment. We'll taxi now straight ahead. I'll show you where we are. On to Papa. We'll eventually make a right turn on November. We'll just make a direct right turn at the end and then take off 05 left. So, parking brake released. Outback of 1998, taxi 1.05 left. And do a config check. Yeah, this spool up time, as we all know, a little too quick. So when you do the config check, you could stand the thrust levers up at full power for 3 seconds, 4 seconds, and the engines probably spool up by about 5-6%. We're on our way. Oh, remind me to start the flight recorder as well for the replay into Kaitak. That is one we need to replay. So yeah, when I'm on final, at about 7-8 miles, start spamming chat, replay, so I can start the flight recorder. CK UK mail, thanks to whoever gifted the membership. I was away for a couple of weeks and just realised now. Yes, last stream someone gifted 20 memberships, 1-month memberships to viewers. Matthew Merchant, one of my other members, very generous of him. So yes, 20 of you got a month's free membership, and if you're not in the Discord CK UK mail, please make yourself welcome. You know, if you're struggling to get in, because it fully works with YouTube and Discord synchronization. If you type in Google YouTube Discord sync, you'll find the instructions on how to get invited if you're not there already. Oh, Capiroko, you weren't there either. Excellent. Yeah, I think what it does, it looks at your regular viewers. Did you go, out of curiosity, Caper Moko and CKU came out, did you get an email or anything like that, or a notification? But I believe it chooses people who are regular viewers or subscribers to the channel, sort of like based on a sort of, you know, if you're here a lot, it'll gift you sort of thing. Callum Thompson as well, excellent. If I read Kaitaki, you're going to instantly click on the stream video. Well, wish me luck, don't, Luco. I did a couple of practice approaches yesterday and went okay. I'm sort of happy with how it works. And you can see the checkerboard. I think for the IGS approach, the checkerboard isn't really used. Maybe more in lower visibility where you've got the required visibility for the approach, but it's a little low. But you can very much follow the IGS approach all the way to the middle marker, and then follow the lead-in lights onto runway 13. I really want to fly it on a classic jet. That'd be really, really cool. What year did you start simming SoCal 2000? Oh my goodness me, I was a young teenager. 2001, 2002? That's how long I've been using Sims. Right, let's do the before takeoff checklist. So config we checked, flaps we have 5, green light, stab trim 6.2 units set. Takeoff briefing, let's look at the overhead panel. Pack sorter bleeds on, V-speed set 40, 46 on the MCP. The departure is the Charlie 1 Charlie, climbing straight ahead 600 feet left turn, eventually moving another left turn inbound to Charlie, and climbing all the way up to our cruise level 360. NADP 2 will treat this up as so we'll accelerate. Remember, it's max 210 knots for that initial turn. Retract the flaps, and then we'll continue on the SID. And any problems will climb straight ahead to the MSA, which will call 3,000 feet. Excuse me, tickle. There we are. So yeah, ground handling, it's okay in the PMDG. Actually, it's very okay. Everything rolls really nicely, plenty of inertia. 9 knots idle here, and it keeps rolling, which is pretty good. Hayden, thank you very much for the £2. Very, very kind of you.
Great to see you today, Captain.
Thank you, Mr. J. Rob. It's very kind of you. Great to see you, and hope you're having a lovely morning. Thank you very much.
November 1, Taipei.
Right, we'll just stop here. I can't see anyone on final, and let's just check the runway. No one is on the runway. There's traffic. There's 7-4 and a 7-3, and another 7-3 pushing back as well. All coming to Kaitak, hopefully. Back up on 998, taking off 05 left. So imagine we've got our takeoff clearance. Remember, it's a bit of wind shear forecast, and I understand the Microsoft SU10 update is bringing gusts into the sim, which will be really nice to see. Unfortunately, I think it's pretty static for now, but if there's wind shear reported on departure, you'd expect it to be quite turbulent. So let's get this all set up. Weather radar will turn on even though it doesn't work. So MCP is set, transponder TARA, strobe lights are on, landing lights are on, cleared takeoff, 0 and 5 left. Toga's in chat. Let's go to Kaitak for the first ever time, ladies and gentlemen. I overshot the centre line slightly. Other professional streamers are available. Timing. Yeah, the rudder's just very... it's very static. A little bit more. Stabilised. Set takeoff thrust. For 93.4. Takeoff thrust set, indications normal. Now the engine spool up time to takeoff thrust is very good. Checked. I'd say that's better than the mod actually, when getting up to that thrust setting. V1 rotates. There we go. Definitely a deadband there. Let's gear up. Very little deadbands. Gears up. I've modelled this one now. Stupid thing. No, it worked! It worked! LNAV. It took me about an hour to get that to work yesterday. There's the runaway stabiliser. The speed trim system when hand flying might make 2 trim inputs. I've very much noted it now. Bug up. Love how all this works on the pedestal. Flap swan. Again, this is not me trimming. This is the speed trim audio issue. If I make 1 trim input, it does shut it up. There's a middle marker. Flaps up. Remember, we've got to maintain 210 knots for that initial turn, as per the SID. But the flight director commands are very, very good on the PMDG. Nice and
Taipei
smooth.
traffic, Dynasty 456, landing out runway 5 left.
Oh, I heard my own voice. And this does feel like a 65-ish ton 737. It's great. So, flaps are up, no lights. We go to VNAV. That's going to maintain 210 knots for that turn. I'm just going to open the speed window so it doesn't accelerate until the turn's complete. There's the turn. Inbound to Movas. The flight directors are sort of commanding a good turn rate here. The pitch I'm flying on the flight director, though, speed just creeped up slightly, so it should set a slightly higher angle to bring that speed back to 210 knots, which it is slowly doing. The trim is just not effective, though. I'm still trimming, and it's still the nose is still dropping. It's still trimming nose up. It's nowhere near as effective as it should be. Standard set. We can close the speed window and accelerate to 250. Got full climb. Trim nose down as the aircraft accelerates. Again, if I'm trimming, and it's just the nose just not... I'm still having to push nose down. Still trimming. There you go. It's now in trim. Command A. And let's do the after takeoff checklist. Gears off. Water brakes off. Start switches off. Air conditioning and pressurization. Diff pressure is 3.2. That is climbing, as is the cabin altitude. Set temperatures up. So air conditioning and pressurization sets. Release the crew, and standard set 3 times, passing 86, flight level 360 after takeoff checklist is complete. I'm going to be very cheeky here.
Taipei traffic, Dynasty 456, think off runway 05 left.
Direct Sumer. So ATC would typically do this if it's quiet, certainly in Europe. There we go. Yeah, turns, they're okay, Steve. To be fair, the inputs on the control column are actually very good. For plug and play, I've not really had a play with much of the settings. It's actually not that bad at all. The trim is the area that really needs a significant review. The trim is just ineffective, extremely so. I very much since flying the PMDG have compared to the real aircraft when hand flying, and I've been, you know, on here on the control column, I'm trimming for 20 seconds plus. Now, if you were to hold the trimmer, even with the flaps up in the 7.3 for 20 seconds, you'd have a serious out of trim condition. You'd be physically pushing the control column forward or back to maintain your commanded flight director command or your desired attitude. Here I'm having to trim north of 15-20 seconds to get it into trim. So accelerating from then to 210 to 250, I had to trim nose down for 20 seconds. In the 7.3, if you let go of the control column, you'd be floating if you trim that much. But yeah, trimming and yeah, they're the main issues. I'd agree with Steve, is trimming and not keeping attitude. Yeah, the altitude is a big issue, as you'll see again on this approach. The overall package is very good, and as I'd recommend, if you want to fly a 7.3 in Microsoft Flight Simulator, this is excellent. Really, it is. It's just an issue. It's just a shame that some issues, PMDG very much pride themselves on being the most accurate model, and there's areas where it just, fortunately, a pay-wear aircraft that can't maintain altitude in certain phases is not great. Hopefully, and as everyone keeps telling me, they'll address these issues in future updates. Anyway, we're well on our way. We'll do the pre-cruise checks passing 135.360. Lights coming off, APU's off, pressurisation 5.0, still climbing. And set, let the passengers go, recall, checks complete, and 9:55, sunset I think is around 20 minutes later, but it'll be absolutely stunning on this approach. I can guarantee you that. There we are, so do excuse the lack of charts or routing information here, but there we are, leaving Taiwan. Going to go along the east coast of China, all the way to Hong Kong, which, where is it? I don't know where Hong Kong is on this map. I need this one. There it is, it's going to be here, isn't it? Hong Kong International, I think the old Kai Tak's around here somewhere.
The traffic then from Mandarin to one runway 055 with the traffic.
Perfect. How's FlyLive doing up there? Nope, FlyLive's completely broken. The only way to get that to work is to reset it off. Reset it once. Oh, I'm not on the. Oh, hold on. I think I could be on. I think I could be on observer. Thanks, guys. Let me just disconnect and reconnect. Yeah, my apologies. I was on observer mode. That's from when I test it. There we go. I've just logged on again. Thanks, guys. When I do test sectors, I have everything running. So Streamlabs, the streaming software, makes sure it all works. Brad, 28 months as a member. Time flies. It does. 28 months as a member. That is absurd. Nearly 2.5 years. Thank you very much for that support for the entire time, Brad. I really appreciate it. I hope you're doing very well, sir. Thank you. What is it, Jack? He's having a little walk around. I'm half expecting him to throw up because I took him for a long walk 2 days ago and he ate so much grass. He's an absolute bugger for that. So I'm keeping a close eye on him. He's just jumped up off his bed. Right, I've updated FlyLive. Roy Heap, nice to see you here as well, buddy. Hope you're doing very well. Good morning to you. No change in engine notes. Yeah, to be fair to PMDG though, especially when you're accelerating above 250 knots, you can't hear the engines. All you get is this airflow sound from the cockpit. But if you jump into the window, yeah, to be fair, it's not bad at all. No, it's pretty good. Tim Waters, 45 months as a member. Hope you're doing well. Gaffer loves a test sector. I know, Tim. Oh, you missed it. I was on Discord last night about 9 PM. There was a few guys there. We're just doing some practice approaches into Kai Tak. To be fair, I didn't announce it. I need to get in the habit of announcing when I'm going live on Discord for you guys to watch. But hope you're doing very well. Nice to see you here. I hope you had a great time in Spain as well too. Spooky, a beat to Taiwan, beautiful scenery. Watched a sunset from top of the mountain road about 10,000 feet up. You really noticed the lack of oxygen here. You would do at that height. Excellent. If a massy change ILS display on PFD with LNAV, VNAV. Oh, you want the NPS scales, do you? Am I triggering you there slightly? Hold on. Let me tune a VOR. I don't know if that is a VOR, but that will get rid of your ILS ident for you. That actually does trigger me on the real aircraft as well. Brad, throw up. I know. Hopefully I won't. Only the dog. Spurious Podge. Apparently in the next Navigraph big update there'll be VFR charts. I heard that. Pretty cool. John Todd, 30 months. What is your favourite fruit? I love a good old banana, John Todd. Genuinely. Get banana in chat, please. Can you remember? I can remember I was trying to flip the bird using that emoji in chat. And I accidentally flipped a banana and everyone was going bananas in chat. Behave, children. Right, bye-bye, Taiwan. And then China will be on the right-hand side. In fact, I think you can already see it on the horizon. Which is pretty cool. I do really like Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's growing on me. Captain, is there a reason why we use the left GPS for alignment? No real reason, John. Not that one I know of. It's just written in our manual to use the left. The coordinates are exactly the same. And all you're doing when you line select here is entering the coordinates into Scratchpad. So there might be a reason I'm unaware of, but yeah, that's what we're told to do, so we do it. Blue Val, thanks and welcome as a member. Glad you're enjoying the content. You get invited to our members only Discord. I hope you enjoy using the customers emojis in chat. Thank you very much for the support, sir. Excellent. So passing every 10,000 feet, have a little look at the pressurization panel. It's very archaic and old school in the 737. You've got 3 needles you need to look at. The big needles are differential pressure. You want to make sure around 10, after takeoff it's around 2 psi. At about 20,000 feet it's around 5 to 6, and then when you're at the cruise level around 7.4 to in just at the bottom of the upper margin. Cabin altitude is the little needles. Cabin altitude is around 4,500 feet, and this is the cabin rate of climb as well. I believe I've pretty much been a lurker on this channel forever. Thought I'd say hi. Well, thank you very much. And come say hello in Discord now. ADS Legends, hi Captain Hope, all is well. Lost my membership as I lost my job. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. But I'll be sure to resubscribe once I'm back on my feet. Can't wait to see this approach. Thank you very much, ADS Legends, for your words there. I'm very sorry, as I'm sure many other people in chat, that you lost your job. We'll all be waiting for you here as well. And, you know, always welcome to come in and interact as you are now in the public live streams. Thanks, buddy. Steve M, PMDG have said they'll update the FMC. Let's hope it's sooner rather than later. Right now it's such an old version. I mean, I've got Bill Buffer's guide, which is based off one of the original FMC builds, and even that is saying some funky things. This is interesting as well. I've not seen that before. Can't quite make its mind up on speed to fly. But overall, it is excellent. It's a 9 out of 10, really. G-Face, looks like you slept in. Unacceptable. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Welcome to the moderation team as well. So I really should have airports selected. There we go. Just jump on outside. I'll just turn the sim sounds down so it doesn't deafen you all. Looking good. That is incredibly loud though. Let me just fix the camera here, like a little zoomed in. There we go. Perfect. Spurious Podge, welcome as a member as well. Glad you joined the content. You get invited to our members only Discord. Hope you enjoy using the customization chat. Thank you very much for the support. Yeah, the retro livery, that's from Bounce. Having flown the 737 MAX in real life, would be interested to know how it compares to the 800. I haven't, Phil. I am going to soon. I hear, well, it was meant to be this month. I hear next month we're getting MAXes at my base. Also, in the winter, I've heard we're getting an additional MAX as well, because we do a lot of Canary flights. As soon as I fly one, I might make a bit of a post, community post, give my thoughts and impressions. I've done the training and conversion on it. It's over a year and a half ago now, but I'm all signed off, ready to fly it. Before I get Ross onto it, we've got a lot of documentation and guidance to follow as well, which I'll update myself on. But yeah, really looking forward to flying it. What airline do I work for? Very common question asked, Ian Savage. That's something I don't wish to disclose publicly. I'm very fortunate my operator is well aware of my channel. I wrote to them when I started it 5.5 years ago. Can't believe it or not. And they said that sounds really cool. Best of luck to you. And I just choose to remain anonymous, and I don't discuss my operator. It's as simple as that. Thanks, Brad, and the Kipoko. You're not meant to say that. Scotty 2 currently in Rhodes, came on a A321 Neo from Bristol. I asked the flight crew to go Toga, but they went Flex Plus or something to very close to Toga. Is that the same as an assumed temperature reduction? Rhodes is quite a long runway there. ADS Legends, just curious, is the Alpaca livery released for the PMDG 737-800? I already have the retro. No, the main Alpaca Airways one yet to be released there. If you are completely unaware and you'd like to download any of the Alpaca Airways liveries made by people completely free. I'm no part of this. I have a new website set up by one of my moderators, G-Face, where you can actually download every single Alpaca Airways livery in one convenient site. Oh, really, Fox? You crew from your operator don't like the Max. Oh, I've heard only good things about it. The only complaint I've heard is how long the engine start takes. The engine start is about 3 or 4 times as long as the NG. It has something called BRM, or bowed rotor motoring, so during the start process, it sounds dodgy, but there's a shaft connecting the turbines to the compressor, and I think that bends, or the N1 shaft to the rear, and then basically have to line it up during the start. It's designed to do that, it's completely normal. I think the LEAP on the Airbus has something similar. They call it, is it dual motoring or something like that? I can't remember. We did see it once. We streamed in the Neo, but that's the only thing I've heard. Apparently to fly it's very nice, very smooth. The engines don't check. The NG vibrates quite a bit, especially with thrust changes, a bit of resonation. Can spool up a bit longer too on the Max? I don't heard so. All the thrust settings are much lower as well, so whereas for flat 30, for a typical landing gross weight of 60-62 tons, we're using about 57-60% N1. For the Max it's 10% less, but there is a noticeable decrease in fuel burn in the Max. Yeah, it burns, we're talking 2, 3, 400 kilos less an hour, with the ability to carry more passengers. Beautiful. Let's jump on into the cockpit. Approaching top of climb. Climb rate performance is very good for the gross weight. Max very quiet. Sat over the wing last week. Could hear the hydraulics over the engine. Yeah, that's what I've heard. DC9798, what is control wheel steering? How often do you use it? So control wheel steering is a way of manipulating the autopilot through the control column. I've never used it in the 737, so you see commands change to flight director, and now I can make inputs on the control column to change the attitude. This has turned it into an Airbus essentially. So if I pitch up slightly to 7.5 degrees nose up and let go, the aircraft will just hold 7.5 degrees. CWS is very well modelled in the PMDG. So you can see, look, the flight directors are moving as per the routing and the command, but the aircraft won't follow it now. It'll just hold what attitude I set. So I'll now lower the attitude to about 2.5 degrees, let go, and the autopilot will just hold that. So it's now an Airbus, basically. Same in roll, so if I roll the aeroplane, if it gets less than 8 degrees, it'll automatically roll level. So I think I went in excess of that, so look, it'll just hold the angle. We're Airbusing, ladies and gentlemen. So we have no normal approved procedure to use control wheel steering. We'd use it in severe turbulence to maintain an attitude. Yeah, I've never used it. Never used it on the line. Anyway, back to command. I love Airbus. It's like the sync mode on the 146 Chaz, yeah. Very similar, very similar. They're updating their 146, aren't they? Releasing an Avro or something. I'd like to fly that again. I've got a request from one of the members to do a flight between, I think it was Belfast and Aberdeen, or 2 people wanted me to fly between the 2. So that would be a good aircraft for the 146, I think. Or maybe an X-plane in the Dash 8. Steve M, any chance you could ask Bounce to make the Ameripaca livery for the 700, for the 800 too, when they get any time? I'm in the UK, but it'd be nice to use them flying in the US. You can ask him very nicely in Discord. It's out for the 800, I think, but yeah, the 700 I'm not so sure. I know a lot of the livery makers are very busy. I know Jamlin is, who's made loads. But yeah, hopefully we'll get some more for the PMDG. Minimums, is it difficult to go from auto brake to manual braking? Last time in real life 737 felt like you could tell when it happens. Yes, you can minimums. In real life, if you let guys, when you go on a 737, you'll probably feel us disengaging the brakes, so we use wheel brakes to disengage them. So basically the auto brake is giving us a fixed rate of deceleration, So what we need to do, we have to start squeezing the brakes until you get to the braking force that's being applied by the auto brake, and that transition can be a little jerky sometimes, especially if you brake quite hard. But if you do it quite smoothly until you get all the brake disarm, and then you can slowly release the brakes, you can do it without noticing if you're in the back there. But a lot of guys, when they brake, they do brake a little aggressively, and it can be a bit jerky or something. So yeah, you'll most likely feel that when you next fly on the 7.3. Ian Savage, when you push N1 button, does the throttle automatically push itself forward, or do you have to physically do it? So the auto throttle will automatically do it. You never select N1 as a mode. Basically, the auto throttle, when you select something like, if I just go to vertical speed, look, that will change to speed. When you select VNAV or level change, this is an N1 climb mode, so it will automatically set N1 and the climb thrust that's being commanded in the N1 limit page. But I've never actually selected the N1 button. You could deselect it to get arm, but that just frees the thrust levers to be used. But yeah, we always use it as a, when you select level change or VNAV, N1 automatically engages. Sort of Spitfire 146 is my favourite plane to fly in the sim. You can pretty much land it anywhere, so much fun. It is an awesome, versatile aircraft, that is. I can't believe there's 280 people watching. I mean, for the time of day, you know, the vast majority of my viewers are from Europe and North America. I think it makes up 75% of the viewership. As North America and Europe, we've got a lot of people. Usually, if I stream peak time evening, I get around 400 to 600. Varies, depends on what I'm streaming and if it's just released and what you want to see. But great to see so many people who I'm sure should be working coming into the stream this morning. Said I'm working later. I'm flying to Italy. There we are. There's the cruise. Decimal 78, 200 miles to top of descent, 25 minutes to go. So we'll start setting up in about 5 or 6 minutes. 7 PM in Melbourne, sensible time for guys in Australia to watch. Stratocruiser Skipper, and is what happens if we have quality content. Thank you, that's very kind, thank you. Kilo Oscar, working from home. I think a lot of people still are working from home post COVID. Jamla, yeah, I'm working on boss, honestly. Sorry, can't make the group flight. Saw you said you were taking your kids to basketball. You'll go to Sardinia on Saturday, Graham. Very cool. Thank you very much, SimPilot29. Don't forget to push the like button. Yes. And I'll timestamp this video because Kaitang's an awesome approach. It'll be quite nice to play certain parts back. There we are. Ooh, look, we've just flown over some islands. Mangyong City and Hooksy Township. Let's have a little gander. Oh, yes. Now, Sim Update 10, this isn't the one that brings out the new aircraft like the DC-3. I know, I think that's the 40th anniversary update. I'm really looking forward to that because I want to fly the DC-3 so badly. I love it. Why is the speed book shaking? Yeah, it's a PMDG thing. It always, I've seen it do that quite a lot. I'm not sure why. Yeah, looking forward to that 40th anniversary update. Flying some of the cool aircraft they bring. I feel a group flight in the giant. Who was that? I always forget his name. The 6 engines. Seaplane, largest plane to ever fly. Oh, what's his name? The Aviator, the film The Aviator. It's due in November. Okay, so a short while, yeah. Clipper, was it Clipper? Spruce Goose, thanks Lars. That's it, the Spruce Goose. I imagine doing a group flight with you lot. Yeah, dozens of us flying. Howard Hughes, thanks Tim. Thank you. I haven't seen The Aviator in years. It used to be one of my favourite films. Anyway, what I'm going to start doing is jump into the FMC and I'm going to start getting everything loaded because I want to have quite a detailed briefing with you guys. I have some questions about it. There you go, look, old high tech, no weather available, but I'm using the Hong Kong International, which is not far away at all, so it's perfect. Oh, I guess that's a weather update. Thanks, Microsoft. So, any idea what happens when we exceed VMO? Leave the automation in. Slowly extend the speed brake. Let the speed drop below MMO. And then slowly stow the speed brake. Wow, it jumped 1,000 feet. This is some of the things that Microsoft still need to iron out. Imagine if you're on VATSIM and there was traffic up ahead. I jumped 1,000 feet. Thanks. The automation's doing what it needs to do though to get back there. Right, back into the FMS. Let's bring up the operational flight plan. There we are. So we've got Kai attack. And showing no data available because obviously it doesn't exist, but Hong Kong right next to it. Surface wind 110 at 16 knots, so that's perfect for us. We want to use runway 13, which is the IGS approach. And otherwise, just a few clouds around, so it's a really nice evening here in Hong Kong. Let's punch in the weather. Descent to 250. Below 10,000. Forecast winds we can put in. 310, 200, and 100. We've got 096 and 25. 067, 11. And 10,000, 071 and 11. QNH in Hong Kong, let's have a little look. 1009. That's executed. We can now preset the QNH here on the PDF. There we are, back to 360. So let's have a look at this arrival, and I'll need to use the Chrome version so you guys can actually see it. So where are you? Stars. Sid, star, runway 13, got it. So, let me just open up Chrome for you. There we go. Chrome new. There we go. So, I should be able to rotate this for you. It's probably not the clearest, I hope you can see it well enough, but this is the star we are flying today, coming in from Ilato. Now load up the FMC. So we'll go to legs page and we'll find Alato. There we are, Alato at flight level 360. So I'll just go to plan on the EFIS. Let's try and get it all into view for you. There we go, that's a good one. So starting at Elato, which is the transition, we're going to road all the way to Magog. It's quite a distance between the two, 93 miles. There is Magog. We're now on the arrival. Going to Alpha, where there's holding if it's busy. Then from Alpha to Mag. 50. Where are you after Alpha? Can't actually see that charted. And it's 62 miles. So we're actually going to go via these two waypoints. I mean, if you add this, look, 30 plus 20 plus 12, it is 62. And you can see from Alpha, it's just direct to Tango Hotel. Or sorry, to Charlie Hotel. So actually, I might just get rid of all these points. There's just speed limit points associated with some of these you've got to be aware of. But happy just to route direct to Charlie Hotel as per the chart. After Alpha, it is 62 miles, 61.9, so it makes sense. There's the 62, and there's the 61.9. So from there, we're going to go towards Golf after Charlie Hotel. So Charlie Hotel is 12.3. I'll just tune that up now. And these have all been added by the developer, these VORs. So they're not there in real life, but they are. Well, maybe this one still is, I don't know, but certainly the nav aids associated with the airport have all been added manually. There we are, 12.3 is active. There we are. So, routing from Charlie Hotel. Now, it says here on the chart it's programmed as 8,000 feet. I can't see any restriction saying 8,000. I see 6,000 for the hold at Charlie Hotel, max 230. So what I'm going to do is delete the 8,000 restriction and we'll put 230, and I think that could be for the hold anyway. So max 280 knots, max 250 or 280 when in turbulent conditions, that's fine. So I'm going to put 230 because I want to bring the speed back at Charlie Hotel anyway. and then we're going to route to Golf, but that's on the arrival. So happy with all that. Descenders directed by ITC expect the IGS approach, which is what we're going to plan for, and the rest is in the FMC. So that's the arrival sorted. Let's have a look at the IGS approach. I can actually get rid of that now. Use the PDF. Stand by, just need to open it up. There we go. So this is the visual step down. We're not flying this one today. We're flying the IGS approach. There's a VOR, ILS on the other runway, and here is the excuse me, the IGS approach onto runway 13. So we're going to be starting off at Sheng Chao 12-3, which is on the arrival. Doesn't time fly? Says Stephen. Why is everyone saying that here? What have I missed something? Thank you very much, Steve. Thanks for your continued support. Doesn't time fly? What's the reference here? Thank you very much for your support. Anyway, thank you. I've missed chat out here. I think you guys are just chatting away. That's fine. Probably listening to what I have to say. Thanks, Steve. Let's carry on with the rest of the briefing. So we're going to go from Charlie Hotel direct to Golf, which you can see charted here. Charlie Hotel Golf. Golf is max 210 knots, 6,000 feet or above. Max 210 knots, 6,000 feet or above. It's then a right turn based on your speed, so we're going to probably be at or above 180. So we're going to do this longer turn via the... actually, you know what? It's gone direct to the Shallowan NDB, so we'll just do that. Below 180, I just have to slow right down. I think what I'll do is... I'll leave it at 210, but slow down manually. But we're going to go via the Sierra Lima NDB and then till 15 miles out. And this is an IGS approach, guys. I've never flown an IGS approach in real life. It's basically a full-blown precision approach, an ILS, but it's not aligned with the runway. So this has glide slope and localizer guidance all the way to a certain defined point, which in this case is the middle marker here. And at this point here, you can see here, look, this approach is mandatory by the middle marker, which is this way here. So the low tone, and you'll see it on the PDF today. It's all modelled. And if you're not visual by the middle marker, you've got to carry out the missed approach and turn right, but not do it too early or too late, otherwise it will result in a loss of clearance. So as soon as you pass the middle marker, make that right turn, fly over the runway, and then onto the missed approach. That is vitally important there. So what we're going to do is fly via the Sierra Lima NDB, and then we're going to intercept the localizer and glide slope, max 180 knots by 15 DME. So you can see D15, 4,500. That's the platform. It doesn't need to be hard, I don't think. It doesn't say mandatory 4,500, so I'm just going to delete that temporarily to see where VNAV puts us. 3973, okay, so it needs to be at or above 4,500 by 15, so I'll leave that in. And then we'll go on to the ILS. So let me just tune up the ILS now, which is 1119. I'll leave it on standby for now. The course is 088, so remember this is the course for the approach. The actual runway direction is runway 13. It's a 48 degree offset approach, so we'll set 088 for the courses. Minimums approaching minimums. Mac Pack 22, welcome aboard as a member. Glad you're enjoying the content. You'll get invited to our members only Discord. Hope you enjoy using the custom motion chat. Thank you very much indeed. Steve M just felt like yesterday I finally joined after watching you for ages. Well, thank you very much, Steve. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean you've been here for ages, haven't you? Weren't you in Discord before that? I'm pretty sure you were, but thank you very much, Steve, for your support as a member. Right, so we're happy with the approach now. We've got the frequencies, courses, there are minimums for this as well. So we've got ILS localizer plus guide path. Bizarrely, it's only 5 feet higher for just the localizer, but we'll use the glide path as well. So it'll be 675, 3,200 meters RVR required. So 675 coming up. There we are, so that's all good. Let's have a look a little closer at the chart 2. There we go. So 15 miles, outer marker, middle marker. Yeah, so I don't know if there's some little weird glitch here. There seems to be 2 runway points coded. There's a runway 13 and runway 13. So I've just been line selecting key, bringing that up and executing it. which just gets rid of one of them. It does get rid of the glide path angle though, which is a bit of a pain. But it all looks correct. We're using the IGS approach anyway, so we'll deviate slightly from LNAV and MNAV. There's the middle marker, represented by 610 feet in the FMC. MM13, the outer marker, is there too. And it has 210 knots all the way down. It doesn't seem to want to slow down VNAV, but we'll keep an eye on it. Remember, this is a custom coded approach. So we have to go around. We'll go to the middle marker first, and then we'll fly to 4,500 feet at the middle marker, make a right turn, and we'll fly to the Tafong point, 15.5, inbound on the radial 316 to hold at 4,500 feet. And that is coded. Tango Hotel, we've got 138, it's a couple of degrees off, that's fine, 4,500 feet. For the first approach, I'll respect all the landing gates as per my operator, so, you know, Pappies, 2 reds, 2 whites, no more than 3 reds or 3 whites. Maximum rate of descent to the gate, which we'll call the landing gate 300 feet today. The reason we're going to have a landing gate of 300 is this sort of it's not a circling approach, but because it's so offset, if this was a non-precision approach, this would be classed as, we'd be using circling minima. So I'll lower the gate to 300 to allow for manoeuvring to get extended on the centre line. And you can see on the chart it's depicted the checkerboard. So I think the checkerboard is more for visual approaches, or if you're flying the VOR, because you can see that the ILS actually takes me to the right of the checkerboard. So the checkerboard is more for, yeah, non-precision approaches or visual approaches. You fly towards the checkerboard, then make the turn. But we're going to follow the IGS here. We'll be flying to the right of the checkerboard, and then it should put me on a nice height and deviation point from the localizer, just to make that right turn onto the ILS. Now, really important to remember, because of the unique approach here, is that when you disconnect, make sure you detune the ILS when you start flying visually, because what's going to happen as you descend, you're going to get below the ILS, which is not on the runway, and you're going to get glide slope trivial warning. So if you don't detune it, you're going to get below glide slope going off, so it will keep going glide slope. So when you fly an ILS or maybe a localizer only approach off an ILS where the glide slope's serviceable, you actually have to push this sometimes, because the glide path could be all over the place. So I'm actually going to push that button what we're going to do is detune the ILS once we fly visually, and that way we won't get any nuisance warnings. I'll also recycle the flight directors. I'll turn the flight directors off because the guidance won't take me to the runway. So as soon as we disconnect at the middle marker, I'll detune the ILS and recycle the flight directors. That will fly visually there. There we go. So yeah, you enjoyed those coloured charts, Steve? Yeah, so these are nav blue charts. This is what we use at my operator. It's an old nav blue chart, and I just prefer them over Jefferson so much more. I'd love it if Navigraph used nav blue charts. These are made from Airbus. They're just so much clearer and easier to understand the information. It's all depicted correctly in a far clearer. Whereas I find Jefferson can be quite cluttered and quite difficult to find some of the information sometimes. There we are, transition altitude 9,000. I just need to update because I should think PMDG was defaulted to 18,000. What I'll do, I'll put the level at 100. There we go. That's it. Let's have a look at the performance for the runway. There is the runway. It's quite long. 3,300 metres, so we'll plan to vacate the first right turn. It's got this awesome bridge to the sort of like south apron here. There's a lot of cargo aircraft parking spaces, I think, but we'll plan to vacate at Alpha 9, or yeah, Alpha 9 should be doable. So I reckon that's probably about 2,000-ish metres, maybe a little less than that. So I might go flat 40 today, just to make that Alpha 9. Well, Alpha 10. We'll go to Alpha 10. Which flat 30 want to break through. So 800 kilos, 62.1, flat 30, order break 3. Cannot wait till PMDG incorporate a landing performance calculator. That would be much better. There we go. Everything's complete. Briefing is done, and we have 78 miles to top of descent. I just wanted to get it done nice and early so we can cover anything. Do you have any questions about IGS approaches? Or if you have any questions about IGS approaches, feel free to drop them in chat. I've got the PDF open at all times, which I'll be referencing during the approach anyway. There we are. Let's do a fuel check over Elato. There we are, Alato, which is the transition for the arrival. We should have been airborne for 40 minutes. There we are, 40 minutes. Have a look at the clock. Would you look at that? 40 minutes. And a fuel check, we should have on board 3.8 tons. We took an extra 1,200 kilos, so we should have 5 tons on board. 5 tons on board. And we should have burnt 2.8 tons getting here. Goes to engine unused. We've used 2.7. There you are. The fuel burn in the PMDG is spot on. Matty, the flight physics and sound of the PMDG are far superior to any other add-on. Okay, it was a joke. They are very good. They are very good. And there's elements of the PMDG which surpass the mod in many areas. The appearance, the looks. I think system immersion and modelling is very good in this as well. Handling is not bad at all. And certainly with Zebo and X-Plane 12, where it hasn't been updated properly yet, this is better at the moment. But once Zebo Twerkster, those behind the flight mod, gets their teeth into it, it'll be far better. And as mentioned before, aircraft in X-Plane 12 just shit, and 100% during the takeoff and landing roll and the approach phase, it's so much more of a pleasure. You know, we did the stream in the mod in the X-Plane 12, and just doing the replays on the takeoff and landing, just looking at it, the way the aircraft works, superb. Thanks for subscribing, James. Welcome aboard. Oh, Ben Davis, if I hadn't become a pilot, what do you think you'd have been doing instead? Oh, who knows? I just don't know. I don't know. I studied law as an A-level, as a backup. I enjoyed elements of law, some bits I really didn't. I really don't know. I'd have actually returned to my old job, working at Morrison's. I actually really enjoyed that job. Paid my way, and I've got a friend who I went to school with, and he's now a store manager at Sainsbury's. And, yeah, he loves his job. A chicken farmer. Well done, Capiroko, thank you. I did sell chickens for a number of years. There we are, we just picked up the VR now. Charlie Hotel, 175 miles. Perfect. Yeah. This is excellent. Mopping oil spills, baby. Unbelievable too. Fox, no comment on that. Fox, I have a question, Captain. Do you use Microsoft MFS or plain OPT? Oh, these OPT calculators. I tried it. It was the most impossible for me to have a sensible output. I'm very fortunate, Fox, and to use the real Boeing OPT when I fly the PMDG 7.3. I know there's some good ones available now, or I've heard good things. I'm just very fortunate to use the one that I have access to, so I won't really answer that question. Interesting. My old man was a store manager at Sainsbury's before he retired. Hard graft, that it is. Yeah, it is hard graft working in that industry. Steve, for me, like I did with Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, I'll personally leave X-Plane 12 for a year or two and let it mature before going back. Exactly. Like Microsoft Flight Simulator is continuing to mature. It is so much better than it was. Who remembers when this came out and it was really... Well, I wouldn't say it was rubbish. It was just all the... We had to wait for decent airliners like this to come along. But there were a lot of issues, weren't there? I found it quite stable, personally. And it's really quite a stable platform, and everything works quite well. You know, I'm a little concerned with no wind and live weather. The live weather updates, we've already seen with one live weather update, we jumped 1,500 feet and gained about 40 knots. But it's certainly looking better, as X-Plane 12 will do in time as well. It was very awkward when it was released. It was. I mean, the GA aircraft I've always had great fun in, but yeah, it was broken in many areas. But the flight sim community, unlike sort of other gaming communities, it has such a huge third-party following. We're very reliant on plugins or additions to the sim. So, you know, what am I using here? I've got Navigraph charts. I've got. I mean, actually, Microsoft Flight Sim doesn't require a huge amount, but I've got the pushback, VATSIM. And once everyone got behind or through the weight behind that, it did get a lot better. In Savage, when you push N1 and take off, does the throttle push itself forward or does the pilot physically push it forward? So we never, as I was saying earlier, we never push N1. You push toga, which activates the takeoff profile mode, so you get the correct flight director guidance, and that engages N1. But if you were in arm and pushed it, yes, it would set the commanded thrust, but you never push that. But I've never, in the real aircraft, pushed that button in 12 years. Welcome aboard there, Zeitz. Hope you're doing well. We still remember the days where you spawned at London City in the caravan doing night flights. Oh yeah, that was one of my early Microsoft Flight Sim streams, yeah. I remember that. We did London City to Leeds, I think, and then I did a giveaway because Orbex had released their Leeds Bradford scenery. Jaffa Man, do you prefer Microsoft Flight Sim PMDG 737 or X-Plane Zibo 737 for the flight model realism? Prefer the Zibo mod. Not in X-Plane 12 at the moment. It requires a lot of input and work from Zibo and the other members of the team and the real pilots that will provide input. But certainly in X-Plane 11, yeah, the handling is exceptionally good. Especially in those critical phases, takeoff, land, and landing. So much, really much nicer. But the PMDG 737 is not bad. I'd say the Zibo is 9.5 out of 10, and this is 8 out of 10 in handling. But the desktop sims are certainly in many areas surpassed. You know, we've got fixed base sims at my operator. They're very good. It's kind of procedural training, but there's elements of it which desktop simulators are better, and the FMCs are more up to date. Well, not this FMC. This one's an old one, but what you get as a package in a desktop simulator now is absolutely incredible. Ronaldinho, why is this button installed? Don't know. I mean, MCP here, remember, all that's important is the FMA. That's how you confirm what mode is selected. And it's just a transition mode, so you can just see when I select level change or VNAV incline that M1 engages or push toga. Maybe you should write to Boeing and tell them to remove it, because I've never used it, and control wheel steering. They're all from, you know, the earlier models of the PMG, of the 737. It's cheaper to keep things in which wouldn't necessarily be used today. Ben Davis, risk of turning this into a 20 questions. Had you been a pilot circa 50 years ago, what golden age era jet would you have likely to have flown? Yeah, 111s. I mean, that was sort of the main commuter jet, wasn't it? I mean, yeah, classic 737s, the 300s, the 400s. I mean, there were still 200s floating around in the beginning of the century on some airlines. Yeah, I was doing short haul. 75s, 76s. FTDs fly like a brick. They handle like a brick, Fox. Yeah, our FTDs don't handle too well. Ian, what are your thoughts on X-Plane 12? Hold on. I'll show you my video and have a look at the pinned comments. Or go to my YouTube community page, Ian, and scroll down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe. No, not even that. Yeah, 4 posts. And you'll see my preview comment about X-Plane 12. It is the 4th or 5th post down. Ah, is that today, that DLSS update? How do we get a big FPS improvement? I mean, I'm getting 60 FPS right now. Performance is great. Hold on. What in the PMDG is going on here? Top of descent 5 miles away, but the green circle is 18 miles away. 10, 20. This is interesting. Let's see what happens when I select a lower altitude to descend in 3 miles. Let's just go down to 120 initially. So 2 miles, but I've got the bug 15 miles away. Let's see what happens here. Interesting. So we're past top of descent. Top of descent circle's gone. Okay, I think it was just incorrectly depicted on the ND. Top of descent, ladies and gentlemen. descending into Kai Tak for the first ever time. Pretty fun. I think it is, yeah, I think that was the OG top of descent. It's just depicted wrong in the ND. It's quite early, 140, but there's restrictions that we need to comply with. 6,000 at Golf, that's what VNAV's currently working on. It's going, right, I want you to be at 6,000 feet at Golf at 230 knots at Charlie Hotel. And that's what VNAV is going to do, hopefully. Look at the sun setting as well. Now, some people mentioned there is ATC in Hong Kong this evening. Oh, there is. Oh, there we have ATC in Kai Tak, ladies and gentlemen. We have both ATC. Oh no, it's ground. Only ground, unfortunately. We can get at least get there. I guess Kai Tak doesn't work really well with Victor Hotel Hotel Hotel. Yes, where we have ground and approach online, so that might... I should think Kai Tak arrivals very much conflict with arrivals into Hong Kong Shiklap Kok. Oh yes, there are sunshades now, yes, I've heard about that. Wait. I like how the that is superb with the reflection in the circuit breakers. These look very normal. Oh yes, that's perfect. It's exactly what I'd be doing. Look at that for immersion. That is very good. You can actually see the defined area of Hong Kong ahead as well. Oh, look at this for authenticity. Very, very nice. Thanks for reminding me, Steve, that I've got those. Oh, there's some traffic over there, 40 miles away, climbing. Yes, exactly, Sam Heaton. It'll be interesting to see what happens. There's other blinds in the side windows. So all we have on board are 2 of these. We don't have any other blinds. Have we got some sort of roll-up blinds? I wouldn't leave my headset there, it'll get damaged. So cool. Does that the light work as well? Oh, so good. Does it? Oh, that's excellent. That is excellent, PMDG. I like that. That's awesome. So sometimes we actually use these lamps to check icing at night. You can actually pull this out, pull this entire thing out on the cable, and you can shine it on the wipers, see if you've got ice. Quite useful. Trying to remember all my buttons, guys. Has Zebo got a sunshade? I can't remember. It doesn't.
50, 40,
Steve M,
30,
click on the clips. I'll
20,
do that shortly.
10.
Thank you very much, Noah. Teresa, get your name always wrong for the $10. Very generous.
Cap, I've been paying attention to the equipment options that airlines choose for their fleets. Are there any quality of life options on the 737 at Japan Air that you don't have that you wish you had?
Yeah, we don't have the massaging chair option. No, I mean, thank you very much, Noah, for the $10. I mean, the options, looking at what's available in the modern PMDG, they're sort of under the skin. Really, we've got everything that we need. There's nothing that's going to make our life perhaps easier. Maybe company routes. You can load up company routes on certain operators, but we use Route 2, which is now working in the mod to load up the next sector. So no, there's nothing really that I miss in our 737s, which I know is available in others, genuinely. So thank you very much for your donation, Noah, and continued support. Very, very kind. Right, we do have a ding from Hong Kong approach. Let's see if they can accommodate Kai Tak for us. Approach, very good evening. It's Alpaca 1998 inbound to Kai Tak, sending flight level 120 to the Alpha waypoint, then Tango Hotel.
Alpaca 1998, Hong Kong approach then, squawk 5251.
Squawk 5251, Alpaca 1998. Need to get my pen and paper out. 5251. Sounds good. Right, someone said there's clips. Ooh. Yeah, so that's an option we don't have. Maybe that's something that you have to order from Boeing. But
Alpaca
don't really need it.
1998, radar identified. Expect IGX 13, descent via star, flight level 130.
So flight level 130, expecting the IGS runway 13 contact. Thank you very much, Alpaca 1998. 130 set. Awesome to have ATC, but what a perfect time to come into Hong Kong, because what's the local time here? I mean, we're live time, live weather, and it's going to be peak time for VATSIM users here. What's the local time in Hong Kong? It is right now 5:35 in the evening. Tray table, I love Airbus. Don't have one of those. Yeah, that's pretty cool though. Yeah, we don't have that. But you know, it's not really an issue. So what I do in the summer, if it's bright, I'll try and take a picture. I'll take the headrest here, put it there, and you can attach a high-vis jacket to it. Ooh. Yeah, we don't have that option. Okay, no, I rephrased the question. I wish my operator had this. But it'd probably still be quite bright. My high-vis jacket can block it out completely. Excellent. Everyday normal gig, the Gigs Pilot Big Boys makes me jump. It is a loud one. But so far so good. The speeds trickle back slightly, but again, the real aircraft is prone to this. This is based off a vertical profile of a predicted weight and weather, so the speed can deviate slightly on an idle path. It's doing a good job here. More weight savings. Potentially lower. And I'll try to make reference to this chart as much
Hello,
as possible.
approach Dynasty 456, returning to flight level 274.
There, so that's where routing direct to. Then Golf, round the bend to Shalawan, onto the IGS, checkerboard, right turn. Beautiful, beautiful day in Hong Kong as well. Live weather looks pretty good.
456, radar identified.
A few clouds at 3,000 feet, 30 degrees.
Left heading 190, Dynasty 456.
Dynasty 456, expect IGS 13, descent flight level 170.
Gregory, how he do? Woo,
Expect
woo,
IGS
woo.
13, descent flight level 170, Dynasty
What is that?
456.
Yeah, this sounds, if I was to close my eyes, sounds like it work. The sounds are actually really good here. Is it okay to cover the windows with newspapers during the cruise if you're baked by the sun? We do have newspapers sometimes, but like I said, I usually put my high-vis jacket, hang it off the sun visor. Works quite well. In the winter it's a bit of a pain because the sun never gets really any higher than sort of where it is now. But yeah, that's great. Lighting's very good. It'd probably be a little brighter than that, and if it was a bit hazy you'd struggle to see anything outside. Just missing a few clouds. I just think it's you know, it is stating there's a few clouds around Hong Kong. Can't see any, so it's probably not quite as clear as this.
And approach, good afternoon, Dynasty.
Davson, what sunglasses do you use when you're flying? Well, I wear contact lenses occasionally. I generally wear my glasses, but when I do wear contact lenses, I do have some Ray-Bans, not aviators, not the classic aviators. Don't look right on my face. Jack, when's your next in real life flight? In about 6 hours, Jack. Going to work today. That's why I'm streaming at this time.
Score 5203.
Dynasty 611 is here, we're descending flight level 265.
Dynasty, that's Air China, isn't it?
611, Roger, squawk 5203.
5203, Dynasty 611.
Dynasty 456, turn
Casey,
right,
the
heading
switch from
270.
outside. Yep.
Right heading 270, Dynasty 456.
Very good.
Dynasty 611, radar identified. For sequencing, turn right, heading 360.
Practice run beforehand, absolutely, Jack.
Right heading 360,
I'm probably one of the few people that streams that actually I practice in the real aircraft before I stream it. I use the real plane.
And then at VFX11, expect IGS-13, descend flight level 190.
Captain Henry, is there anything you do to entertain between the flight, or do you just sit and monitor? So on the long days, like the Canaries, you know, newspaper, if they're in the cabin, grab a paper, that's okay to have a little browse on. But generally, you sat there chatting with the guy, you usually haven't flown with the same person for a while, so you're catching up, and you know, you got your iPad there, there's always something to review or look up. There's an indefinite amount of information which you can't possibly recall at all times, but if you refresh it, especially tech stuff, that's generally what most of us are doing. And I fly a lot of FOs or instructors as well, because I'm an instructor. I was an instructor in the past too, so I'm usually catching up with what's going on in the training department, things like that. So yeah, very interesting. Matthew, thanks for the 27 months, and also thank you so much for your generosity. There's a lot of new members here, Matthew Merchant, who are here based off your gifted 20 subs last stream, so thank you very much for that. Are you going to do some practicing for your Tokyo Hong Kong flight this afternoon? Yes.
Alpha 1998, descend 8,000 feet, level by Charlie Hotel, QNH 1010.
8,000 feet, level by Charlie Hotel, QNH 1010. Outback at 1998. So 8,000 feet, that is level at Charlie Hotel, which is what I actually deleted previously. So that's going to put us a little bit high. Well, sorry, low, because it wants to be lower. Steep descent after Charlie Hotel. So what I'm going to do is put VNAV in. The aircraft's now going to do 1,000 feet per minute until it recaptures the profile, and then we'll need to
turn left, heading 270.
Recover the profile after that. Set QNH then, 1010, 16,200 for 8,000 feet. Standby altimeter is set. So yeah, this restriction leaves us a little high.
VFX11, confirm heading 270.
As soon as we pass Charlie Hotel, I'll start reducing the speed and managing the energy. Yes, practicing for my sector later. I think brilliant. Thank you.
And VFX11, consider descent flight level 130.
Yeah, that was me, Dabster. I accidentally moved the panel display on here. There you go. So if you have a screen failure, you can utilise this to move important information. For example, if the PFD failed, you'd quite like that. So you'd move that to... if I can remember how to do it. There we go. You'd want the PFD there, and you'd put the ND somewhere else. Never had a display failure. Do look at it during the type rating. There is, I believe, Kaitak.
Descent flight level 110, runway 456.
No, maybe not. It was a little bit before that.
Look
Look at this time to apply the approach, though. It's going to be stunning. Seatbelts coming on. Welcome on board Muslim Flight 001. I hope you're doing well, buddy. Glad you're enjoying the content, or salam alaikum, I should say. Welcome to the channel, and you get invited to our members only Discord. I hope you enjoy the custom hosted chats, and I hope you're having a great day. This is some alpha level gaming, that. Yes, I do practice. I use the real aircraft to practice using the PMDG. It's kind of true, if I'm honest. Pag's going woo. Don't have any anything like that, I'm afraid, on my soundboard. Minecraft villager sound, classic approach to it, absolutely. Did you ever get to fly into Kaitak in real life? I didn't, but my dad did. No, never. I have flown to the newer Hong Kong airport. 2008.
Alpaca 1998, say indicated airspeed.
Currently 273 knots, Alpaca 1998.
Gotcha. Then at TX11, maintain speed 270 knots or less, proceed direct Charlie Hotel.
So he's already sequencing, great work by ETC.
Then at TX11, speed 270
Welcome,
knots,
Thomas Wong, hope you're doing well,
Hotel.
buddy. Glad you enjoyed the content. Yeah. Oh no, wait, that's a subscriber. Yeah. Glad you enjoyed the content though. But no Discord for you. There we are, there is Kaitak waiting for us. Look, it's stunning. Microsoft Flight Sim is so nice. And all I've had to do is buy PMDG, and the scenery I have here is completely free. It's so easy to install, I love it. Just drag it to community folder, boom, done. Right, I think I'm actually going to get rid of the... No, I'll keep it on for a bit longer.
Dynasty 611, descent level 110.
Descent level 110, Dynasty 611.
So VNAV's gone back to retard arm, maintain 8,000 at Charlie Hotel. So again, sort of, it is idle thrust now. I think there's something going on in the background here, because if I was doing 1400 feet per minute, I would not be maintaining 273 knots. The speed would be dropping off quite quickly. So I think there's some sort of trickery going on. I don't think the scenery might be loading, unless it's had a blanket of snow. There we go, it's loading in. Oh, remember the replay recorder. Thank you.
Sorry, directing now, Charlie Hotel, Dynasty 611.
Oh, I can't actually find it here. Flight recorder client, thank you. It's open. You know what, I'll start recording now. I don't think it'll affect it, will it? If I do it too early. I'm recording the replay, guys. Flight recorder is now live. Thank you very much, Spooky, for that.
Tennessee 456, turn left, heading 240.
So approaching 10,000 feet, 8,000, post-cruise checks, fuel 4 pumps, we've got 4.4 on board. And logo, we'll put that on as well, skin dark.
Hong Kong approach, hello, squawk
Angle of
5,
bank can never change,
2,
25 pressurisation. Decreasing in sets. Start cooling the cabin down. Still very warm down there. Recall, there we are. Post-cruise checks complete. Abdul would like me to do a flight out of Pakistan. I don't think I've ever been. We'll bear that in mind, Abdul, for a future stream. Great suggestion. Can you see the new airport from up here? Where is it? A little bit further to the west, isn't it?
Tennessee 611, further reduce speed 250
over there
knots,
somewhere.
descend 8,000 feet, QNH 1010.
Am I looking too far? Well, there's Kai Tak. Oh no, sorry, I'm looking in the wrong place. I honestly don't 100%. No, there it is.
Alpaca 1998 from Charlie Hotel, cleared IGS 13, report established.
After Charlie Hotel cleared IGS 13 and we'll call established Alpaca 1998. Perfect, so Charlie Hotel, we cleared the approach afterwards. Let me just bring up the PDF for you so you can see. Can't see it myself. There we go, so Charlie Hotel, we're going to go to 6,000 feet, start reducing the speed. Remember, this restriction will leave us high because 8,000 feet. Oh no, I've just found the restriction there, so I missed that at the initial one. 8,000 feet initial approach, 8,000 feet above. That's going to leave us high. We're going to have to work hard to reduce our height after that. And after that, we can step down to 6,000. So 1 mile before we'll set 6,000.
456, turn right, heading 310.
We'll have to go level change because VNAV. It's based off old VNAV, the PMDG, so it will dive.
The 902, radar identified. Expect IGS 13, eastern flight level 130.
It's checked. We'll get rid of the sun visors. I'm going to turn shortly. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Shame about the snow on the scenery though. So you watch the profile change when we get overhead Charlie Hotel. In fact, it's beginning to slow down now, which is good. I'm going to go level change. This is something I'll be doing in real life now. Bring the speed back to 210 knots. And as soon as we're 1 mile before Charlie Hotel, I'll step down to 6,000. Gregory, 5TV, where did you get the chart from and is it free? Yes, use the command !scenery. You'll get a link to the scenery to download from Microsoft Flight Simulator, and there's also a link to the charts which are on the IVEO website. Yeah, I heard about that, Steve. Probably the timing of this stream's pretty good. 1 mile to go, so we can step down to 6,000 feet for golf. And watch the profile change as we pass Charlie Hotel. It's going to probably jump to about 1,000 feet high. So we'll manage that with speed brake and flaps. Charlie Hotel, inbound to golf. Look at the profile escape us now. That's it. It would probably jump straight down instead of change like that in real life.
Tennessee 456,
So we're going to go flap 1.
feet, QNH 1010.
Going to bug 200 knots. And we're going to use speed brake.
9,000 feet, 1010,
Speed, that profile's going to escape us now. It would jump straight down. I don't think it would decrease down like that.
From Charlie Hotel, cleared IGS 13, report established.
Roger from Charlie Hotel, cleared IGS 13.
So flap 1, straight to flap 5, and we're going to maintain flap 5 speed brake 200 knots until we've captured the profile.
611, after Charlie Hotel, resume normal speed.
Then it's 6,000 feet Golf. And then we can step down after that to 4,500 feet, which is down here. So profile's coming back now. Great view for Jim. Oh, there is the new international airport. Oh, we literally go straight over it. Yeah, we like.
456, descend 8.
That's not good for anyone going into that airport.
Descend 8,000 feet, Dynasty 456.
Right, there's VNAV. Stow the speed brake.
456, return on
Yeah, I've just seen it on the chart. Look now, look, there it is. There is.
Direct
Check
Charlie
that
Hotel,
cock.
Dynasty 456.
Just here, look at that. So yeah, this does not cater well for for anyone flying in and around of that airport. So approaching Golf, 1 to go. We can then step down to 4,500 feet. 1 mile, 4,500 feet set. We'll let LNAV and VNAV manage this now. We'll tune up the ILS. Well, the IGS, 1119. We've got the ident to come. We have DME coming up. The ident is Kilo Lima. There we are, there's the turn. Hopefully this scenery will sort itself out. And we're down to 4,500. Aircraft's doing a great job. Overhead join, so Victor Tripper Hotel.
QNH 1010.
There we are, we have the ident now for the IGS, Kilo Lima. Passing 5,700 feet for 4,500 feet. We're back at the flat 5 speed. I'm just going to slightly increase the speed to 180. Should stay in VNAV path now. I've already stowed the speed brake. So VNAV's done a bit of a shallow profile now. I think it's just levelling off there. And you can see we have the glide slope aligned for the IGS approach. Right over the brand new Hong Kong airport, which I've actually been to in real life. Wow. This is just default, guys. So buildings are reloading. So VNAV's doing a bit of a shallower path now, but it is still descending. That's fine. I'm happy with the speed. I'm just going to put some fixed wings in to increase
Cafe
situational awareness.
443, Hong Kong approach, hello, squawk 5215.
Going to configure a little bit differently today, though.
Stand by, leaving with 0.
So as soon as we're inbound to the 15 DME point, I'll alarm the Vorlock. Strap in, peeps. TCAS would love you for this. Well, I think everyone here, I don't know if there's many people down there. Can you see anyone on that sim? There's a 7-4 down there. Everyone wants to do Kai Tak today. Okay, so on the sort of intercept via the 15-mile point, I'm going to arm Vorlock. We can step down from 4,000. Actually, I'm going to maintain 4,500 feet, because that is the platform height until we're on the localizer. So we'll probably level off here briefly. Arm approach, VS, just a very shallow descent. Localizer capture. We're hitting 088 sets.
Cafe 443, squawk 5215.
5215.
Out quiet.
Cafe 443, negative 5215.
Plug the flat 5 speeds. Waiting for glide slope capture. Just want to maintain this altitude because it is the platform height until glide slope capture. And glide slope capture, missed approach altitude 4,500 feet is set on the MCP. Down we go, guys. Alpaca 1998 established on the IGS approach runway 13.
Alpaca 1998, roger, speed 180 knots up to 7 DME, surface wind, standby.
So standby. A bit of a deviation from the VNAV profile.
Surface wind 110 degrees, 16 knots, runway 13, clear to land.
Runway 13 clear to land, and we'll maintain 180 knots till 7 DME. Alpaca 1998. There's 180 till 7. That's just to allow for the traffic here. So yeah, there is a slight deviation from LNAV and VNAV. The vertical deviation, cross-check error is 0.23. It could be that, you know, it's a database, but it's certainly close enough. You could fly a non-precision approach off this.
Cafe 443,
Probably want
radar
to be,
identified.
you'd be a little bit low there.
3 Alpha arrival, expect less 075. Descend via start, flight level 130.
Don't crash. Replay's on, guys. Replay is on. Thank you.
Okay, getting forward 3, cleared via AB3 Alpha arrival. And descending and start on 3000.
Good. And there's the lead-in lights. The checkerboard's back here on the left, which we're not going to really be following today. It's the IGS approach down to the middle marker.
Thank you very much. I expect ILS number 0.
Right, I've got my radio tuning panel close so I can detune the ILS, which I want to do when I fly visually.
Approach, hello,
God.
Coney 83 Heavy, Stand Charlie 53, requesting 86 clearance
He's
to
loud.
my correct.
So approaching 7 miles now, there's 8.
Break, 456, you're a bit too fast. Turn left, heading 270.
So approaching 7 miles, bring the flat 5 speed back. And I'm going to configure now. No, the gear button is still not doing its thing, so I'll have to press G. Gear down, flat 15. Match speed, landing checklist, start switches, continuous, recall check, speed brake. Arm green light, landing gear down, 3 green, order brake is 3. Flat 25. Did I go flat 30 or 40? Flat 30. Go straight to flat 30. Yeah, it looks like none of the wind's being modelled at the moment in Hong Kong, which is a shame. So flaps we have 30 green light, lights are on, checks complete. Looks like live weather's potentially not working. The TAP looks correct, but there's no wind. There should be at least 10-15 knots or so. Right, there's the outer marker. So outer marker here at 5.3 DME, Kilo Lima. Next, waiting for the middle marker. We have to be visual here at the middle marker, remember? And you'll see MM flash from the middle marker and a different tone. Right, pitch power looks very good, what I'd expect here. So let's turn on yoke cam, have some fun. Disconnect the autothrottle. Disconnect the autopilot. So I'm going to continue to follow the IGS approach until the middle marker, and I'll sorry about this, guys, very loud. I'll detune the ILS, and we'll then turn off the flight directors. I'm just going to turn down back some here, guys. Sorry. There we go. So speed's good. See the checkerboard here? We're not actually going to really be following that unless we're doing the VOR visual. Going to carry on going towards the middle marker. Follow the IGS approach. We get very close to the buildings here. Move my seat up slightly. There we go. That's better. A bit too high. I wouldn't be sat this high in reality. So waiting for that middle marker. Keep sending on the flight directors. Checked. Keep descending. Wait for that middle marker. Checked. Continue. There's the middle marker, so we continue visually. I'm going to detune the ILS, turn off the flight directors. 4 whites on the Pappies, a little bit high. Oh, that's a terrain caution. Just keep descending, that's fine. We can continue if it's a caution. 3 whites. Check rate of descent. A little bit late there with the turn. Rate of descent's okay, speed's okay, a little bit off centre line, back on profile. There's a caution again. Oh dear. Not the most stable, but sync rate you can continue as long as you're correct. Speed's a bit low there. I overshot that turn slightly. Whoa, keep descending.
50, 40, 30, 20.
Check.
10.
Close. Very floaty. Come on. I'm holding the attitude. I'm holding it. Out the touchdown zone. Oh, that wasn't the best. Speed breaks up. Reverses. Oh, that landed very long there. I would have probably got around just outside the touchdown zone. Speed breaks up. Reverses. 100. Manual braking. Brakes are very strong. 80. Oh, the brake's crazy. 60 knots, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Kai Tak. I don't know why the reverse is not cancelling. There we are. My goodness me. Yeah, not bad. I bit rusty on that approach, if I'm honest. Bit rusty. I got a terrain caution, but you can continue. And I landed very long. I was just outside the touchdown point there. so it would really have necessitated a go around, so I do apologise for that lack of realism there. Terrain caution, that's fine, you can continue. It's the
19908. It's a bit of a long landing, but no worries. Welcome to Kai Tak. And contact Kai Tak ground now. 121.6. Bye bye.
121.6, yes, a little long, but down safely. And thank you very much to the ATC, Alpaca 1998. Bye. Excellent, yeah, not bad. For me, you know, I like to set high standard. In hindsight, I feel I should have gone around. If it was real life, I would have, especially if I floated as long as that. I was a little bit high. We've got a terrain caution. You know, that's not a hard warning, so you can continue so long as you correct, which I did. And then the sink rate, again, is another terrain caution. Again, so long as you correct safely, you can continue the approach. I did just land a little bit long there though, which was outside the touchdown zone, but in a sim it does feel a little bit different there. Right, ground wants me to contact him, which I'm doing. I'll retract the flaps. Ground, hello, it's Alpaca 1998, vacated runway 13 on the parallel taxiway.
Alpaca 1998, continue taxi Bravo 1 right Delta 3 for stand 4.
Bravo 1 right on Delta 3 for stand 4. Thank you very much, Alpaca 1998. So, oh, look at that! Look. Awesome. How cool would it be to do a VATSIM event here? I'm going to be keeping my eyes peeled. Hope I don't have to go right on that bridge. It's a little bit up here anyway. Look at that, guys. He's done a far better job than I have. Really nice. I overshot the turn slightly. Excellent, he's done a superb job, really nice. Look at that. Well, far better job than I did. Very nice. Superb landing. VATSIM velocity update, superb. What's the correct taxi speed? Max 30 knots. Oh, it's jumping up a little bit. Oh, look at that. It's just absolutely stunning with the sunset there. Awesome, awesome. Very, very fine. Right, let me get the taxi charts here. So we're going Bravo 1 right on Delta 3. Just get the charts up here. So we're going all the way down here on the parallel taxiway, right on Delta 3, which is up here, and stand number 4. So it's basically just a straight line all the way. Let's go on here, and this is a free airport, guys. This is completely free to download. The information of the scenery is in the video description below, and you can use the command !scenery to get the link. Go install it, you just pop it into your community folder, off you go, start flying into Kai Tak. Absolutely awesome, and I hope you found this video useful. As I mentioned, my approach, I'll give myself 5 out of 10. Just a little late turning final onto the runway, overshot it slightly, and I landed very long there, very long. I was very, very close to doing the go around, but yeah, I'm sorry. You know I'm a perfectionist anyway. Great fun. We've got to do it in the Fearless. I've got to work out how to get it installed in X-Plane 11. Oh, I've tried a few times, just gave up every time. Right, let's get the aircraft cleared up. Transponder to out off. It's got some nice taxiing music in. Speed brake stowed. 4,100.
Good afternoon, just got handed over.
There's Jack as well. It's like he senses the stream is over.
Correction, Dynasty 611. Correction, Kai Tak ground, hello.
Not used to Kai Tak. What if they jumped over from Hong Kong's main airport? There we go. Yeah, completely free. And look, there's the bridge. You've got all the apron modelled here. All the nav aids are working. Really, really nice. Look at this. Stunning. Yeah, you know, I'll be honest with you guys. This sim is from an immersion point of view, excellent. 100% recommend Microsoft Flight Sim now. I've really enjoyed it. Lauren managed to get the localizer but not the glide slope or DME to work for the IGS on X-Plane 11. Yeah, this is an excellent version. It just works. Just works. And all the scenery, look, all the buildings here. Period advertising. I need some cigarette company advertising over there. There's Bravo 1. waiting for Delta 3, which is basically all the way to the end. And this is no longer here. They changed it to a business park or something, and parks. Have you done A-levels? I did do A-levels, Potato Chip Squad. I did law, history and English many years ago. Nothing to do with aviation. Let's get the EPU started. Still got the replay tool going off. Now, do I need to leave the engines running for the replay? Well, I'll shut it down properly, then I can do a quick start on the engines, of course. Right on Delta 3. We're doing an event here, guys. As soon as I see a proper VATSIM event, we are coming back. And maybe the A300 will be out by any builds. That'll be an awesome aircraft to fly here on Microsoft Flight Sim. This is completely free. Stand 2. Ready for stand number 4. How old are you? Very early 30s. Oh, I can't say that anymore. Stand 3, stand 4. Looks so good at sunset as well. Did I say A300? A310, A310. Was that an aircraft landing that just went through the sun and I saw its shadow? I think it might have been. Yeah, I'll stand number 4. Bit of a jerky taxi, but yeah, you can't do tight turns. You'll be able to do a tighter turn even at 10, 8 knots at that speed. Shut down engine number 2, can we go to start? Don't think there's any gate guidance, but I do believe the air bridges are working. It feels like 1998. Look at this. Superb, really enjoyed that. That'll do. Excellent. There we are. Parking brake is set. APU's available. 2 blues, 1 red. Engine's dead. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. The first ever time on a live stream. Kai-Tak in Hong Kong. Absolutely superb. That was a great landing by Dynasty there. Really, really nice. I mean, I only saw a little bit of it, but very impressed with his landing there. Look at this scenery as well. Let's have a look here then. We'll do the transit shutdown flow. So pop the voice recorder on. Open the isolation valve. Verify the N2 is below 20% on engine number 1 and 2. It is. And anti-collision light can come off. And then that's it. That's all you need to do on the transit shutdown flow. Open the doors. Go from there. Let's get the jet airway attached and then we'll do some replays. Actually, I'll just end the flight recorder in the background here. Stop recording. There we go. And I'll stay on VATSIM for a second, but I must log off VATSIM before I start the replay. Otherwise, it'll put me online for everyone to see. So get the jetway attached. What if I do default catering and baggage? What happens? There you go. You can see the air bridge coming along. I've got to show you the scenery quickly as well. Thanks, Steve. I really enjoyed that. Thanks, buddy. Potato Chip Squad. I was just asking because I picked maths, physics, and chemistry A levels. Would you recommend me to finish college first? Let's join a flight school. Great A levels. I certainly wasn't bright enough to do those ones. But yeah, carry on with your education. That's really important. And finish college if you're already there. Potato Chip Squad. Get those A levels. Best of luck to you, sir. Right, have a look at this scenery though. Let me pop into Yokohama. Oops, a bit upside down here. Just speed up here, and this is free, guys. It won't cost you a penny to go and grab this scenery. Completely free. And this is what's really good about this community. You can access high quality scenery like this. So you've got the entire city going out this way here. So if you didn't want to fly the IGS approach or fly visually the VOR or the visual approach, there is the infamous checkerboard, which you fly towards visually, and then you make your turn onto final for runway 13. But you've got all the lights here. It works at night time. The illumination's great. Oh, look at this for timing. Who wants to watch this? Look at this. So yeah, what is this No Money Mondays time? Is this where someone? This is how I saw it. Someone shared it on the No Money Mondays, and I saw it. Look at this! How's he doing? He's a little bit high, but he's not far off. Oh no, he's actually doing really nicely. maybe a tad high if you look at his eye point where it'd be coming into the 3 whites. This is excellent. It's threshold, yeah. Oh, he's come a little bit low now. He's a little bit low. Oh, he's scraping the lights. His forehead's a little low. You'd have canned that in real life, but we're given the benefit of the doubt. Centre line. Centre line. Centre line. Centre line. Oh, well. Runway's a runway. Not bad. Reverses. Look at even the reverses deploy on the VATSIM models now. This is absurdly good. Well done, sir. Welcome to Kaitak. But yeah, amazing. Could be different. It could be, Lauren. There is a payware version of this airport, I believe. Could be using that. Look at that, though. Wow. Very lucky we all are, guys. Going to like this sim a lot. Really, really nice. Oh, air bridge is now gone. I guess all the passengers are off. Anyway. Yeah, if you want to get the link for that, use the command exclamation scenery. It's also in the video description below, the information. It's from the flightsim.io website or whatever it is. Very enjoyable. So happy to have finally visited Kaitak, albeit my approach. It was fine. It was satisfactory. The only issue from a real life point of view is landing outside of the touchdowns. Just, you know, you want to be going around at that point there. But we're down. Breathtaking it is, absolutely. Boeing 742 inbound by the looks. Oh, is there? Oh, maybe a little. I do need to shoot off because I've got work to do later. Got to go to work later. Some other things to do. But I would have 100% watched that if I had a bit more time. Yeah, I think live weather might have not been on though, because there are a few clouds here, and there's easterly winds, but there was no winds or clouds. So I know they're doing an update today. Hopefully that will improve things. But overall, really impressed with how the sim looks and how it's handling in the future as well. Will we see the replay? Yes, Luke, I have stopped the replay. I'll just have a little look at chat here. You jinxed him. I did, Brad. He probably was watching the stream. No pressure for him, though. Yeah, really nice. I did think about flying Dynasty today, but I thought, no, we've got to go Alpaca Airways. Very early 30s. Sounds like tonight. I am in my early 30s. It doesn't really feel like it. But I've been saying that for a number of years now. I'm not halfway yet. Getting close to, though. Very engaging flight. Thank you. Most welcome, Roy. I do take into account that you're watching, actually, and I like to sometimes go into the heights where we are visually as well. But glad to see you here, buddy. Hope you're doing very well. Thank you very much for popping in. And Honesty Astro is here from Kennedy, from Africa. So thank you very much for popping in today, sir. Right, let's log off of VATSIM. Thank you to all the great controllers who popped in to provide ATC. We'll now pop off the network and look at that for timing as well. The sun is setting too. So what I'm going to do is jump into the cockpit. I'm going to quickly load up a panel state for the replay because I think you have to have the aircraft configured as it was. So let's go for takeoff. Final. Or no, taxi should be final. Execute that. I'll quickly get the flaps out to 30. Let the engine spool up, and then this should help with the replay. Oh, cruise. Do I want the cruise option, Steve? Hey, buddy. Do you want to say hello, Jack, before we sign out? We don't need Joke Cam anymore. Jack. 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 Hi. Hi. We're going to go for... Jack, do you want to go... Jack, do you want to go? Do you want to go walkies in a bit? Do you want to go walkies? Yeah. Oh, right. I really can't be too long now. Look at that tail go. Now he. Oh my goodness me. Right. I think we should be able to do the replay. Oh no! I've now got a problem. He's heard the word. Give me 4 or 5 minutes, and then we'll go for a walk. He's actually... I've got to show you guys. I know it's all about flight swimming, but look at him actually smiling. This dog smiles. Hold on. Are you happy now? Are you happy? Yeah, he's actually smiling, look. I've said the word. Can you hear that tail go? Oh, I love him to bits. Right, anyway, let's... Oh, I probably shone half of my belongings there in the background. Alright, I'm coming, buddy. Let's have a look at this replay. Hopefully it will work. Here. replay. Oh, I've done something. Okay. So let's pause. Just give the scenery a chance to reload. If we do it from here. And, oh, I forgot to do the replay music, sorry. Can't not do a replay without that going off. Oh, yes. Let me just turn down the sim as well. It's incredibly loud. There we go. Right, let me press play and let's have a look. Resume replay. Right, so yeah, half the instrumentation might not work properly. Brad, you have 3 labs. Amazing. He prefers you to walk instead of sim. I think that's true, Edo. He's moaning. I can hear him moaning in the background. Yeah, this is a good replay tool. It's just a shame you can't do the flyby. I love the flyby view at the threshold. I don't know, everything's configured correctly. I'll knock it back a couple of minutes as well. That's better. Click on full screen, peeps. Ah, thanks, Steve. Right, I'll just try and speed this up slightly. I've done this a little bit too far out. There we go. So scenery reloading in. But yeah, overall it's quite good here, but I turned a little bit too late. So I was following what I said. I should have started to turn now, but I was just about 3 or 4 seconds too late, and I was like, oh yeah, I need to really increase the bank angle. It was within 30 degrees. I was on profile here. The height was good. It's a little bit steeper than I should. I was slightly overshot the centre line. But on profile. And here comes this humongous float. That was good. So I was on Pappy's there. Got a little high at the end, and then just initiate that little bit of descent there. But on profile overall. So ideally I want to put my wheels here. Floated, but I just held the attitude. It didn't really want to settle down. Then nose came up a little bit, and I must touch down by here. It's just outside of it. What kind of 747 is this one? Brilliant. That replay does work really well. Oh, I accidentally pressed stop replay. That's not good. I think that just dumps the plane wherever it is. Oops. Angle here. Yeah, ignore the spoilers being up there. I think that's just part of the replay because I'd done it from the landing or left it after landing. Touchdown was alright. I don't think I got the touchdown calculator come in. Yeah, accidentally. Oops. It did not want to settle down, and it probably wouldn't have gone up like that either in real life. So I was on speed. Can do some quite cool views though with the yoke cam. Look how close I was to touching down. Just a little balloon at the end. From a building view, how do I do that? Now that would be cool. Is there a way to keep the camera stationary? I must try that if I can. I think there might be. Ah, yes, drone follow mode. Bear with me. Right, hopefully this will work. So you can sort of do a flyby, but you just have to do the camera manually. Right, which building are we going to go for? Right, let's just pause the replay. Got to go right over our heads, haven't we? Ooh, I reckon this one would be good. Right, let me just go back a little bit. Can't control zoom. Hold on, let me get the camera controls out of the way so you can't see them. Right, one more. That'll do. Plus and minus does zoom. Not on mine, it doesn't. Yeah, sounds a little... They should be a little louder. Yeah, I overshot that slightly, but that's still a really cool view. Oh, it won't let me zoom in at all now. Ah. It loses the texture quality out here. You're showing only showing the camera controls. Oh, really? Black screen. Can you see it now? Yeah, I think it was because I have the controls out there. Well, it looks okay. The runway looks very circa 1998, very era-defining texture quality here. Right. Anyway, let me pop you back into a wing view. I'm coming, Jay. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that word. If I can work out. Oh, god damn it. The controls are just not intuitive. Right, let me just reset this all here. There we go. There we go. Now let me reset it. Right, let me pop you in. Oh, it's got to be... Which view is this going to be here for you to watch? I think it's got to be the other one, hasn't it? Yeah, I've got to look down. And I'll do it from about here. Alright then. Guys, thank you very much. Let me just resume. Maybe a bit further back. No, that should be okay. A little bit further back. There we go. Finally, guys, thank you very much for tuning in to my inaugural Kai-Tak sector in the PMDG 737. I really enjoyed that approach and I'm really looking forward to flying that again in the future. I'll keep an eye out for VATSIM events here. I think it'll be awesome to bring some classic jets as well. Overall, quite happy with my representation of it. My approach was okay. The last sort of 500 feet, a little bit late turning. Vertical profile was fine. Maybe a rate percent was a little excessive at one point. We got the cautions that we got from the PMDG was exactly what I expect from the real aircraft. We got the sync rate. We got a caution terrain. They are terrain cautions. You can continue so long as you correct. Gotta go around for terrain escape manoeuvre for those hard warnings, so pull up or all warnings as well, which we didn't get, thankfully. This scenery, remember, is completely free to download. Information's in the video description below. All you got to do is pop it in your community folder. You get everything you need, linked to the charts. You can then load it up into your preferred Microsoft Flight Sim aircraft. Go and enjoy it. It's an awesome scenery add-on. Really enjoyed it. That's it. I'm flying later on today. It is also my last day off. Members, don't forget we've got a stream on Saturday, the group flight, and I'll try and get something on my days off out for you guys watching publicly as well. If you enjoyed the stream, don't forget to like it, subscribe if you want to stay up to date with the latest content, and I'll see you all again live very soon. Have a great week. See you later. Bye bye.